Hi, my name is Ron Pare, and you're watching a video short of a model I built for the Model Railroads and Structures show or for one of my clients. Please enjoy. So we're going to be painting these walls from the kit here, and some laser cutters like to cut out their walls completely, and that's why you find tape on the back of some of these things, because as you pull off the tape, the pieces will fall out of the sprue, and we're okay with the pieces falling out, except for the fact that if you notice one of these boards, try to hold it up to the camera here, that the brick is cut into the inserts that come out. So you might want to save these just in case there's a window that's been bricked up. You know, a tenant came in and he didn't want any type of, maybe it was a movie studio or something, they wanted to control their lights completely, so they'll totally brick up that window, no problem. So what we would do is we would pull it out anyways, paint it a different color, and then put it in with a small relief. I'll do that. I might do that. I am going to do that later in the build. So first we got to take off our tape, pull off these chunks, and we'll be right back after I get all these pieces of tape off. Oh, I forgot to say, there's lintels in here too. Lintels are the concrete base to the window, and it makes it so that the brick is stable on the top and bottom of the window. I'm going to pull those out as well because I will be painting them concrete color. So we'll be right back. Okay, so I've got 2 cans of paint, and anybody who's does a lot of model building will know the point of failure in these cans is this stupid little cap. It always gets clogged up and stuff. So when I get a can of this spray paint of any color, I just pull the caps off. I put them in a bag because I constantly got to try to keep them clean. And one day I'm going to find a YouTube video, maybe one of you can find it for me, that'll teach me how to clean these out permanently, or as each time after each use. So I've got 2 different kinds of rust paint, an oxide red color. This one's called leather brown. I like that because it's got a darker, more tanny color. And this one is red oxide primer. And as you can see, it's got a real red color, but as you weather this it gets toned down to look like this. However, when we tone down this, it'll look even darker. So the color that you put on is a lot brighter than what will be done on the end because you're weathering it down. So I'm going to use these both paints to have a variation. We are going to paint weathering comes down. Painting goes this way. The reason for this is when you paint something, we gotta all our bricks are put on in this form, like this. And then all our mortar is the majority of the lines are horizontal. So when we're doing this, we want our lines that are not painted fully through, because we're not painting this with a real thick coat. We're going to be passing by it, and there will be spots that don't get quite enough paint. So we want those lines to be this way, so that when we add our mortar lines and stuff like that, it'll all jive together. When weather happens, it goes from the top to the bottom with gravity. That's the way you put weathering on, top to bottom. But when you're painting the brick wall, it's horizontal. So I'm going to start with the brown. If you've seen any of my videos before, you'll know that I paint from the back to the front, and that's always That'll always mean that I paint the dark colors or the shadows first. The leather brown is basically the dark color, so we're gonna start with that first. Oh, you bugger. See what I mean? I'll be right back. Okay, so I pulled out my pin vise here with a small diameter screw. If this starts spraying too much paint, I'm gonna have to throw it out. I got 2 extras here to try again. So I just want to drill in through to the back to get the blockage free. Oh, still blocked. Okay, forget it. Huh. Must be out of fluid. Oh well. There goes the variation. Talking a bunch to y'all. Sorry. Okay. So horizontally, left and right, we want to get on the inside of these wall pieces, but we don't want to get too much in there so that we can't get the window pieces in themselves. We want to get our brick, but we kind of want to go down this way off of the brick so that there's a shadow up on that side of the wall. So I'm painting this way for you. So we're going to put this upside down, so when I paint this, each of these lintels on the bottom are going to be black, and they're going to help us with our weathering and depth of the building. Oh, that cap's been drilled out too much. This one probably too. I'm sorry, gentlemen and ladies, but oh well. Let's finish this bugger off then. Hello, birdie. How you doing? Okay. So we're gonna get much more paint out of this than I wanted, but we're gonna do it anyways. This is a good demonstration because if chaos happens, then you'll see how I fix it. So I drilled out that thing, and you see how much paint that blew out. It blew out full bore. So I had to pull back the can to expand the spray width. The closer I got, the more lines I got in the middle here. So I got to do another pass so that I can try to tone down that line and tone down that line a little. I don't really need to do it, but I'm going to do it. There we go. So that's us. Okay, so let's start moving to the grays. Everything that's wood gets a gray coat because we're going to touch it up with some brown tones later. So, duct. Now this is just a basic coat because I'm going to have to pull them out of the sprues and coat the sides of them and stuff like that. But this is just a basic coat to get a color on them. Kind of like when I paint my foam, just so it looks right. So when I get it to the next stage, I know what I'm doing with it. I'll forget, is what the point is. And in some cases, there's enough paint on it as it is. This just kind of color codes the parts and prepares them for the final coat of weathering with a completely cured layer. If you watched our last show, you would know exactly what I mean by cured paint. So these are going to be green. Some of these parts are actually going to be black in the end, but I'm going to start them off with a green coat. It'll easily be covered later. Now this can's almost done. Yeah. Okay, that's working for me still. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's coming out here like crap, but it doesn't bother me one bit because we're going to be able to get this done nice. And especially with this variation color that's going on, you know, you might think it's a disaster, but this is the goods. Some tan. Do our windows up. That's it. That's good enough. I'm gonna have to paint this black. Maybe I'll go get my black. I'll be right back. Yeah, I think I changed my mind on this color. So I want this to stay green. Actually, I'm just going to paint this side of it. I don't care if it gets a little bit of black on it. So, stairs. There we go. That looks pretty raw, eh? Let's get this chopped track here. And this gets done, you're going to love it. Thanks for watching today's video short. If you want to watch more model railroading content, check out the rest of my channel. Or watch the Model Railroads and Structures show to see what's going on in the community today.